Today's video is going to be a Q&A throughout my day.
Do I ever get stressed about dance?
Why did you change from gymnastics to ballet?
What's your least favourite ballet step?
Who are you closest to in your family?
Biggest thing you regret?
Good morning, guys. Oh, you can't see, it's too bright. Hello. 6:25, I don't know if you can see that. I actually woke up so early. Now I literally woke up at 4:46, so like 5:45. Yeah, my hair looks like straw because it is. You know how much hairspray I use to get my hair to try and stay in a bun, and it still doesn't. Today's video is going to be a Q&A throughout my day. Yeah, I thought I'd do some quick fire questions at 6 a.m. So the first one is, any tips for living in student accommodation? Bring blankets. If you didn't dance, what other sports would you do? I'm awful at it, but I love tennis. I loved watching it. I do still do some rhythmic gymnastics sometimes for fun. I would love to, but I'm too busy at the moment. Sometimes I like, whacking out some of the flexibility moves. But I've also got to be really careful that I don't injure myself. So, can you ski? Never been in my life. Have you ever tried aerial silks? No, but I wanted to for the Greatest Dancer. When I got my theme of silk, I wanted to like come down and like this bit of elegant silk, but unfortunately it didn't happen. What is one really important thing you try and do every day? Mine is giving compliments. That is so nice. I wish I had something like this. I think the important thing I do every day is my porridge. That's so sad. I need to come up with something. I probably do, but I don't think about it. What helps you get out of bed in the morning? Definitely my breakfast. 100%. Why did you change from gymnastics to ballet? It's 6:30. It's too early for this one. I'm gonna go make some breakfast and I'll take you guys with me and answer a few more questions. Let's take you guys into the kitchen without waking anyone up. Another question we've got here is, would you ever consider filming with your older brother again? I love those videos. Honestly, me too. They're some of my favourite videos I've created, but I've got to be honest. I'm going to confess something here. We did film one in lockdown. I just haven't got round to editing it yet. We literally filmed at the beginning of lockdown and I still haven't edited it. So bear with me. Are you a K-pop fan? I actually did not know what K-pop was. I thought K-pop was a band, but then my brother enlightened me to know that was actually a genre of music, so that gives you any indication. Favourite subject in school? Definitely English literature. I love writing so much. How did you become Christian? My parents were missionaries, so it kind of happened very naturally, and I'm very, very glad for the upbringing that I've had. Right, we need to finish off making breakfast. I will answer some more at breakfast. One of my favourite times of the day, breakfast time, and one of the questions actually you guys asked me was, what's my fave breakfast? If you've watched my channel, I mean, you must have seen it in one video or other, is my breakfast. So we've got like oats, and we've got grapes, half a banana, half an apple, blueberries, honey and cocoa powder, and some flaxseed mixed in with the porridge. So that is my favourite breakfast, and I normally do that while reading my Bible in the morning. Best TGD memory? That's a hard one, but probably my favourite TGD memory is the day I got picked by Matthew. It was just like a fairy tale day. Like, I can't even describe that first day. It was just so magical. It felt so surreal. I wish I could just live in that moment forever. Who's your favourite ballerina? Definitely Marinella Nunez. I didn't say her name right, but she is just exquisite. She's like the definition of perfection. What was your first day back at Elmhurst like? It was really weird actually. Like, I was so grateful to be back in the studios, but I didn't quite feel like I was in my own body. It was very odd. Wow, goodness, space. Body's not used to not having walls next to it. Right, enough questions for now. I'm going to read my Bible and eat my breakfast. Reading my Bible just reminded me I got a question. It says, kindly share some of your favourite verses and how do they encourage you to be good at what you do? So I've got 3 that I always tell myself before I perform. Even when I was a rhythmic gymnast, I used these every day. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Everything I put my hand to will prosper. And third one is I'm more than a conqueror, because sometimes the nerves will get the better of me and I'm like, no, I can conquer these nerves. Also, I was reading this morning, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks the door will be opened. And obviously right now it's very difficult because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of opportunities out there, especially for dancers. Those verses just makes me feel like there's hope. God's got a plan for me and I've just got to ask him. I've got to ask him for my dreams and I can achieve them. I will continue eating my breakfast and see you in a minute. So another question that I got was, do you still do any RG stretching / training? I think the answer is yes to the stretching. The training part, not so much. I do very much dance-based training now, but I do try and keep up my flexibility. And stretches are done. So I got quite a few questions asking what is my favourite leotard at the moment. I actually have a few, so I'll quickly show you them. I just got dressed, obviously in my school uniform, because I have to wear this leotard for school. My favourite 3 at the moment, which are all ones that I've received during lockdown. This one I got at Christmas from my mum. It's a Grishko. It's really nice. I love it. And I love the neckline. That's what I love the most about it. And then this one from Just Ballet UK. I'm loving this light blue colour. I just love this Tiffany blue colour. Hannah 5 off. With Just Ballet UK, you can get £5 off your order, so I thought I'd pop that in there. And lastly, my most recent leotard is one that my mum bought me just again off eBay for like £4. But this is baby blue one, and I know it looks really simple, but I love the lines and the colour again, because if you hadn't guessed, light blue is my favourite colour. It's a bit creased because it's been in my drawer, but I'll probably wear this tomorrow because we're allowed to wear whatever leotard we want on Fridays. Those are my 3 favourite leotards at the moment, but I also have all my Basilica ones which I adore, but I don't have time to show you them all right now. So, going to do my hair and my makeup, brush my teeth and get out the door. I've got 10 minutes. See you guys later. Room is all tidy, so I think we're ready to go. So I'm in the elevator, gonna go walk to school. It is raining, which is a bit sad. But a question you had is, who are you close to in your family? I'm close to everyone. I love them all to bits, but me and my mum always call, phone call, FaceTime all the time. So I would say I'm close to my mum. Oh, it's raining. Why is it raining? And I decided to film a video. So I don't know if you can hear me amidst the noisy roads, but another question someone asked was, what do you think is most important to reach the top? Now, I don't know if I can answer this one like that well, because I don't think I'm at the top by any means. Oh my goodness, it's so windy. Reaching your dreams is all about pushing yourself beyond your limits. Obviously, you've got to be smart and not into yourself, but when you think you can't do something, is getting over that mental block. My biggest tip is to just persevere when you don't feel like you can do it. I just passed someone and they totally thought I was crazy because I'm talking to myself, which I am. Push through on those days where you don't feel like doing it. If you want to be the best, you have to train the best. Doesn't mean train the most, train the best. You've got to train smart, effectively, efficiently, listen to your teacher's comments, really take everything on. So that would be my best advice. And here we go. Time for school. So I just finished my morning class and some of you asked, am I happy to be back in studios? And honestly, I'm so happy. Yesterday I was in the studios and I was thinking, wow, I feel so lucky to be back. So answer to that question is a big fat yes. So Lydia, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do I ever get stressed about dance?
Do it. Don't we all? Don't we all? I don't think a day goes by when I'm not stressed about dance.
It's because it's our passion, we love it, so we get stressed about it.
And also, there's a certain amount of pressure, especially in professional dance training. But I think that's only healthy.
There's healthy amount of stress. It's a science, a healthy amount of stress.
Yeah.
Is that not right?
Um,
It's like if your stress level's too low, then you're like super demotivated and depressed. If your stress level's just right, then like you feel... Apparently, I heard this somewhere.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on that, guys.
Maybe it's a bit like when you can have a healthy amount of nerves
Yeah,
before you go on stage.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that.
something like that.
So guys, I did look this up and Google confirms what I said. Not that you can always trust Google, but YOLO.
And we're back with another question. So you guys asked best exercises to strengthen your feet per point.
Best exercises: roll throughs with the
Yep.
whole foot,
Summer bands.
metatarsal isolations, sickles, but back to centre. You're working on the central position, not the sickle. Switch it over, fish. And that is a rundown of the 4 best exercises to do for front work.
Complete. You should look. She's done it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just
I
take
mean-
over the channel? I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, yeah.
Why not?
Hand it over.
It's all yours. And do lots of rises at some point. It's also important. But I guess exercises 4 point or like exercises on point. It's too late in the day, okay? It's too late. That's Lydia Brayshaw's episode. Hey guys, so I just finished school. I finished a bit earlier today because I have an interview this evening, so I have to get back home a little bit early. But another question that I have just looked at is, when you are upset, do you dance out your feelings? Definitely. It does depend what type of upset I am. Sometimes I'm upset because I'm just so tired. So in that case, I wouldn't. I would just try and rest. Sorry guys. When I'm in the studios, I'm having a really tough day, I love just putting some music on and just being really free. So I'm back. I just freshened up. I had a shower and did my makeup, sprayed my hair back a bit again for my interview, and I definitely have not gone overboard at getting a nice background for my interview video call. Yeah, I've like literally put a cushion over some of the plug sockets to make it look a bit nicer. One of the big questions everyone is asking me is, when is my merch coming out? Because I have kind of been spreading rumours that maybe I might be releasing some merch, and I have to say I'm not 100% certain yet. I'm hoping to launch something maybe in the summer if I have time, if not definitely at Christmas, so keep your eyes peeled. You can go follow my merch account, Go Dream Big, if you're kind of wanting to stay up to date, because my like release will be on that page.
So I just finished my interview and it is currently 7:40. I am going to do a little bit of editing on this video because it's going out this weekend and then go to bed. But I thought before we do that, we'll just do one little last Q&A time. I had so many questions. Thank you guys so much for sending them all in. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do them all in this video. Maybe I might do a part 2 if you guys enjoyed this kind of vlog style Q&A. It's been a very interesting day. I just rhymed. I'm a poet and I know it. Did you or do you get unmotivated due to lockdown? Yes, I definitely had moments where I was really struggling with motivation. It was never easy. I think you just have to keep pushing through, and when you push through in an unmotivated moment, I feel is where you improve the most. When I'm unmotivated, I usually just try and put some really good tunes on and just do it. You shouldn't do things mindlessly, but sometimes when I've been so unmotivated, I've just tried to go into autopilot and just push myself to do it. Then you kind of get into the flow, kind of that initial just getting into it, which is the hard bit. Has it been difficult to adapt during the pandemic? I was about to say definitely, because that's the answer that everyone would expect, but when I was in my A-levels in 1 year instead of 2 or 3 years, I actually had to do a lot of training in the garage anyway, because I didn't have time to go to the studios and come back. So garage training and training on my own was not something was unusual to me. Not being in a big space for a long period of time like that was difficult, and adapting kind of more mentally than physically was the hard part. So that was the first lockdown. The second lockdown was a little different because I had that kind of school experience, you know, being able to access the incredible studios. So the second experience was a little bit more like, oh gosh, it's -4 in here and I'm used to having so much space. So it was a little bit more difficult to adapt the second time round because I was so lucky to have had that experience at school. I'm very happy now to be back in the studios. What's your dream ballet role? Definitely Juliet, I think. I see so many parallels between me and that character. Like, obviously not the whole tragic bit. I love her like kind of naivety and her purity and her passion as well.
Oh, Juliet! Okay.
They hold it there for a bit.
Okay. Go that way.
This is very interesting trying to do this in the garage.
I mean, if you could balance, that would be helpful.
No, but it's important.
Like, you know, if you could like do your job, if you just did your job, it'd be good.
Comment down below. Is it not imparted? It's a two-way partnership. What keeps you going on the hard days? This is a great question. I would say my mum. We always FaceTime, text. Whenever I'm having a tough day and she prays for me, it does really help just having that support, just having someone there to keep encouraging you and pushing you forward. So that's why I would say it gets me through on the hard days. Most important lesson you've learned in your dance life? Wow, there's a lot. It's difficult to like name one, because if I name one I know that there's like loads of others. The one that's coming to mind more recently and something I've been learning is about comparing yourself to others, because it's such a big thing and something I personally struggle with because I'm very, very competitive. But I believe it's God has given different talents to different people, and someone might be amazing at turning, someone else might be amazing at adage, someone might have like these amazing feet and legs, but you've got something special that maybe someone else doesn't have. And you know, you might not be the best turner, you might not have the same physique as someone else, but you have something special that they may not have. Be happy for them that they've been given these amazing talents, but also be, you know, confident in yourself that you've got something to offer to this world. What's your least favourite ballet step? Not a fan of tondus, which is a bit of a problem because obviously everything stems from the tondu, but I am working on improving them. But I think the basic ballet steps are the hardest steps. What do you want to do after Elmhurst? This was a big question. For me, I just want to perform, whatever capacity that's in. I don't want to kind of narrow myself into a box saying, I want to be in this company, that's the only place I want to go, because right now in COVID that's just not realistic. Keeping my eyes open to whatever opportunities come my way. What has been the most enjoyable and the hardest part of returning back to studios? The most enjoyable is obviously having space, not being freezing cold. That's been a massive thing, because at the end of lockdown I was like not enjoying my training sessions. I was like, this is not fun anymore. This is just, I don't want to go in and train. I still did, but I didn't want to. And I was worried that I was falling out of love with dance, but I think it was just because it was just not a great situation with how cold garage was. I really can't complain though, because I'm very lucky that I had that space to work in, but I was really struggling by the end of lockdown. The hardest part of returning back to studios, I love my peers, I love the people in my year, but that kind of peer pressure all the time is sometimes very difficult, and at home you didn't have that so much, so it was a bit easier. Favourite YouTube ballet classes? Okay, I have some good recommendations. My camera's running out of battery, so I've got to make this quick. Catherine Morgan, great classes. Really recommend her intermediate/advanced point class and her advanced bar. Second one, the one that I did so much in the first lockdown, Tamara Rojo's ballet classes. I don't know how many they actually have up on YouTube anymore, because she used to have like 50. And the last one I did was Zara Lee Worldwide Ballet class, and I took class with Catherine Barkman, and they're all up on YouTube. So, biggest thing you regret? I went in with the deep questions, you sure did. This is a really hard one. I wish I didn't big things up in my head so much. So like, especially when I was a rhythmic gymnast, I made such a big deal of the smallest competitions. Like we'd have an in-house competition and I wouldn't even be competing, and I'd make the biggest deal out of it in my head if I didn't do clean routines. And I do the same, like if I have a bad ballet class, sometimes it feels like the end of the world. I feel like my biggest regret is just like not enjoying every moment as it comes as much as I would want to. There's something I'm working on. It's a life process. How many pairs of pointe shoes have you owned? Guess. I mean, I went through like 6 or 7 pairs in lockdown, not joking. I want to say definitely over 100. Maybe not though. No, not over 100. Maybe 50 to 60. Maybe around that. I think that is all the time we have for today, because my camera is literally going to run out of battery. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to go click the subscribe button to become part of this motivating family, and make sure to press the notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload, and you can be one of the first people to be on the premieres, talk to me in the live chat because I love talking to you all. Guys, I hope you are enjoying going back to school if you are back at school, and hopefully a lot of you will be back in studios very soon. And if you're not, I'm sending you so much love. Keep working hard. I know it's tough, but there is a light at the end of this huge tunnel that we've been in. Keep up the faith, keep up the hard work, dream big, and make it happen.
So guys, you thought we were going to end this vlog on a positive tone. It is now 9 PM and I am still not in bed, and I have still not had my hot chocolate. And I've just been editing for 2 hours and the program pretty much crashed and I lost more than half of what I had done. I could literally cry right now. But still dream big and make it happen. Just make sure you save the file before your computer goes haywire.